you show as much courage in doing my work as they do in doing your work? وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ سُبْحًا فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا. The horses that you love so much, and they run so fast, they're panting. And when they run in the night time, their hoofs hit on the stones and the sparks are flying. And when the morning comes and the fresh breeze enters into their lungs, they run with a new spurt of speed. And when they face the enemy, they dash into the very center of the ranks of the enemy. فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا. Do you love me as much as they love you? Do you serve me the way they serve you? Are you loyal to me the way they are loyal to you? إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ. No, you don't. You are ever negligent of your relationship with me, Allah is saying. Your dog loves you more than you love me. Your horse is more faithful to you than you are to me. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ. Who are those who will live for Allah tonight? Who are those who will live for Allah? Only those who live for Allah, only they will die for Allah. They call that fundamentalism. They call that terrorism. And so, as the love for Allah enters into the heart, and the servant sets his sight, this is my goal. I am 20 years of age. Come back and see me 40 years from now. You'll still see me walking on this same road, going in the same direction 40 years from now. Consistency in his life. This is my goal. This is my mission. Zikr is what delivers that. And that zikr polishes the glass. The verse of the Quran continues that this lamp has an oil which comes from the tree which is zaytun, olive tree, and which is the blessed olive tree, which is la sharqiyya and la gharbiyya. It belongs neither to the east nor to the west. It stands firmly for Allah. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. When you have a person who lives for Allah like that, and who works and struggles and sacrifices in the way of Allah, then you produce oil. That oil is pure oil. يَكَادُ زَيْتُهَا يُضِيءُ وَلَوْ لَمْ تَمْسَسُّ نَارٌ. This is different from the oil you put in your motor car. This one, even though fire has not as yet touched it, it's already glowing. Can you imagine what's going to happen when fire touches it? You will not grow spiritually until fire touches you. When fire touches you and the oil is already there inside of you, now you have light. Nurun ala nur. I said it. That light does not come from the stock market. Allah gives it. Yahdillahu linurihi man yasha. Allah guides to His nur whomsoever Allah chooses to guide. وَيَضْرِبُ اللَّهُ الْأَمْثَالَ لِلنَّاسِ. And Allah is presenting these lessons to mankind that they may reflect over it. وَاللَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. And Allah has knowledge of all things. And therefore the nur is for ilm. And therefore the essential goal of the spiritual quest is knowledge which comes directly from Allah. When you have that knowledge, when you have that capacity for internal, intuitive spiritual knowledge, what do you use it for? How important it is? Where do you apply it? This is the last part of the epistemological lesson. The stranger asked question 4. When will the last day come? And he replied, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, and he said, the one who is being questioned has no more knowledge than the one who is questioning. So next question, please. That's the way we respond. Anyone who wants to engage us on this subject, only Allah knows. Only Allah knows when the world will come to an end. None of us knows. I said in my previous lectures, by my calculation, using the ahadith and using external observation, that I expect sometime within the next 50 years that the Muslim army will come and destroy the state of Israel. One fellow responded to me from Pakistan. He says, Sheikh, I can't wait for 50 years. That's too long. It's too long. This next 50 years are going to be the worst in our history. The greatest suffering, the greatest oppression will come these next 50 years. The wickedest of the wickedest of the wickedest of the people will be the rulers of the people. And mercilessly and shamelessly will they be attacking Islam while hiding behind a curtain called terrorism. So watch it. If you want to be a part-time Muslim, no problem. No problem. But the minute you want to be a true servant of Allah, they're coming after you. When they come after you, you better have protection from Allah. If you're not reciting Surah Al-Kahf every Friday, they're going to cut you down. They're going to cut you down. But while it is only Allah who knows when the last day will come, the Quran tells us that the heart of the believer always feels that it is close, while the disbeliever always thinks it's far away. And then came question 5, which teaches us the application of spirituality, of al-ihsan. How do you apply it? What is its practical utility? The stranger asked, what are the signs of the last day? And the Prophet replied, and he said, number 1, 2 things. He said, number 1, you will find a naked, barefooted shepherd, meaning people who have the brains, the intellectual acumen of naked, barefooted shepherds. You will see them competing with each other to build high-rise buildings. I have the tallest building in the world. They have the intellectual acumen of naked, barefooted shepherds. Why? Because they measure progress this way. When we have built the tallest building in the world, and we have built the grandest airport in the world, and we built all these PR projects which makes our place look like heaven, we have achieved progress. And so they measure progress with PR projects. And Allah says, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. You should not measure progress with high-rise buildings. Rather measure progress with how much